Each exotic and grotesque predator depicted in the film is examined in detail, and our title describes these predators as exotic and grotesque. These creatures, originating from a distant planet, are the finest hunters ever filmed or written about. What makes them classic monsters is not only their appearance and their desire to kill but also the code of honor and strict social rules they adhere to. The predators belong to a species known as Yautja from a planet called Yautja Prime. We, humans, simplify their name and refer to them as predators based on the actions they carry out on their planet. They are born as juveniles who grow into the blooded ones. The blooded ones then undergo rigorous training in hunting and become the young bloods. The young bloods subsequently embark on their hunting journey, where he must kill a xenomorph and mark its head with its acidic blood. This hunting ritual transforms a young blood into an adult, or blooded, Yautja. A blooded Yautja can then become elite and elder. Like all societies, the Yautja also have problems with rogues and criminals. Those who break the honor code are marked as bad blood. Let's take a closer look at the 22 Yautja that grace our screens, so get your combi sticks and wrist blades ready, because this one will be as thrilling as a hunt. Before we get into our explanation, we have a small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's get started. Scar came with his brothers, Chopper and Celtic, to Earth to earn the status of blooded Yautja by killing a xenomorph. Scar arrived in his pod after which he created. On the way to the whale capture station Razorback Point in Antarctica, the place holds an ancient Yautja pyramid that will now be used as a hunting ground for these young hunters. Upon arrival, Scar encounters some men belonging to Charles Wayland's company and eliminates them coldly. Scar also finishes off Rustin Quinn, the drilling team leader inside the pyramid. The Yautja realize that humans have stolen their plasma weapons. Scar, Chopper, and Celtic then spread out to hunt them down and reclaim their weapons. Scar ambushes and kills 2 men, Bass and Stone. He then continues to look for 3 more, including Wayland. Initially, he spares Wayland because of the cancer he suffers from, but when the latter attacks him with an improvised flamethrower, Scar shows no more mercy and stabs Wayland with his blade. After Scar chased Sebastian and Lex, he confronted a facehugger on a xenomorph drone. He defeated both and took off his helmet to apply xenomorph blood on his body. However, before he could put it back on, another facehugger impregnated him. When Scar woke up from the facehugger attack, he chased Lex who was returning his weapon, and they began to work together. Scar even injured a xenomorph drone and fashioned its body parts into a spear and emergency shield for Lex to use. Together, they fought against a group of aliens led by Alpha Grid. After successfully defeating them, Scar and Lex discovered the xenomorph queen in her hive. Inside the hive, Scar activated a self-destruct mechanism and left it there. However, before leaving, he did not hesitate to snap the neck of a chestburster. After the hive was destroyed, the Antarctic Queen emerged from the debris and ice to seek revenge. Scar and Lex managed to sink him into the frozen hell of the cold ocean, but not before stabbing Scar and mortally wounding him. After his death, the Yautja mothership appears to take Scar's body with honor and respect. However, once inside the ship, the chestburster Predalien emerges and wreaks havoc along with many other xenomorphs in the town of Gunnison. Interestingly, he is one of the few predators with a sense of humor. Chopper, as mentioned earlier, came to Earth with Celtic and Scar to be initiated as a bloody Yautja by killing a xenomorph and marking himself with its blood. He is older than Scar and younger than Celtic after discovering that their weapons are missing. Chopper and his brothers chase after the humans. Chopper prepares to kill Lex, but Grid ambushes him from behind, then stabs Chopper and lifts him into the air before biting off Chopper's head. Unlike Scar and Celtic, Chopper likes to take risks, but these risks are callous and uncalculated, while Scar uses his cunning and stealth, and Celtic uses his sheer brute strength. Chopper was the only one with extensive skill with the scimitar, but he always craved Celtic's approval, leading to his brutal death at the hands of the good, metaphorical Grid. He wore 2 skulls on his back, perhaps symbolizing the self-destructive nature of humanity that he was obsessed with. He clearly had the weakest body armor, but you'd be surprised to learn that Chopper and Celtic's Scar bodysuits were all made from the same mold. He was also unique in that he never used the plasma caster, instead opting for the Aphrodite semis. Celtic was the eldest of 3 brothers who came to Earth in Aliens vs Predator. Naturally, he was relatively large and used his brute strength to fight his enemies. Celtic assisted his brothers in killing all the drilling staff and mercenaries during this bloody massacre. He confronts Quinn and engages in close combat. Quinn is, of course, no match for the massive predator. He sends Quinn into the access tunnel, where Scar finishes them off. Celtic's next victim is Stafford, whom he captures with his web gun and then impales with a combi staff. Sebastian, wanting to show Celtic his heroism, attacks him. He suffers a similar fate when Celtic grabs him by the throat to kill him. When Celtic sees his younger brother being attacked by the xenomorph drone, Grid, he attacks him in a long, bloody and gruesome battle. Celtic manages to subdue the alien briefly with his web gun. However, Grid manages to break free and bite Stafford's head off. This aggressive, impulsive, and massive predator uses its massive body and brute strength to fight with all its might and no brains. His aggression often got the better of him. It was his selfishness and temperament that led to his death. He didn't think his plan through when he tried to get revenge on Chopper by attacking Grid. Even when he had the chance to kill Grid, he was arrogant enough to enjoy his kill, giving Grid time to defeat him. He also had the most victims in the film, but that doesn't mean he can be called a seasoned predator. Ultimately, he failed to draw blood. Interestingly, in the film, he never attacked anyone who didn't attack or threaten him first. In this regard, he lived by the Yautja Code of Honor and followed it to the death. Elder Predator. Elder Predator was the overseer of the hunt involving Scar, Chopper and Celtic at the Razorback Point whaling station in Antarctica. As you already know, it was the elders who guided the young Yautja and led them in ritual hunts. The old Predator from the 2004 film AVP commanded the mothership that brought the young blood to Earth, as usual. He watched the entire hunt without interfering and awaited the outcome of the victory on his ship. If you recall, Scar had defeated the Xenomorph Queen with Lex's help, but he ultimately succumbed to his wounds from the Queen. After this incident, the old Predator arrived with his kind and took Scar's body to the mothership as a sign of respect and honor for Lex's bravery. He gave Scar his combi staff and then left for his ship. In addition to using traditional Yautja weaponry, he also wore a wolf's cloak. He was an experienced hunter and elite Yautja. As an elite, his job was to hunt the bad blood predators as well as the Predalien. He was sent to Gunnison, Colorado, when Scar he became a Predalien and began wreaking havoc. There, a sign of his skill and accomplishments was the burned upper jaw on his right side. In Aliens vs. Predator, Scar's body was taken to the mothership by the Elder Earth Predator. However, unbeknownst to him, Scar was impregnated with a chest burster released by Scar while on board. The resulting Predalien wreaked havoc and slaughtered the crew. The mothership survived, but a scout ship crashed in the small Colorado town of Gunnison before sending a distress signal. Wolf traveled from Yautja Prime to Gunnison and discovered the crashed ship and its dead crew. Wolf realized it was the Predalien's doing and pursued it. It was customary in Yautja society to use more sophisticated and deadly weapons as one rose through the ranks, making Wolf an elite Yautja. He has a variety of weapons at his disposal, including wrist blades, shuriken, a pair of power punch gloves, an additional plasma caster, a solvent capable of destroying biomass, and, of course, the infamous self-destruct device. He is on a mission to destroy all evidence of the Yautja's presence on Earth. Facehuggers have impregnated 2 police officers named Buddy and Sam. As Wolf dissolves their bodies, he encounters Deputy Ray. Wolf pursues and captures him before skinning his body with a tree. Wolf is a tactical Yautja. He sets a laser net trap for the facehuggers and traps them. He kills 2 of them, but a Scar Predalien attacks him with its tail. This causes Wolf to miss his shot, and the resulting explosion collapses a large section of the sewers and creates a crater in the surface streets. The chaos gives the Xenomorph time to escape, but Wolf uses his power punch gloves to attack. After the wreckage and their pursuit, he chases one of the Xenomorphs to a power plant and attempts to kill it with his plasma caster, but electromagnetic interference from the power plant causes it to misfire again, and the subsequent damage causes a citywide blackout. It is then that authorities become aware of the situation once again. The Xenomorph has a chance to escape, but Wolf's indomitable spirit helps him track down another Xenomorph at the local school pool. This time, he does not miss. He uses a man named Dallas Howard as bait to attract 5 Xenomorphs. Although Howard escapes, the bait works, and Wolf kills all 5 of the cunning aliens. However, the fight damages one of his plasma casters, so he combines it with another plasma caster and turns it into a makeshift plasma pistol. Eventually, Wolf reaches the city hospital, where he learns that the xenomorphs are attempting to establish a nest. He then reaches the roof and engages a Scar Predalien in close combat. Having lost his weapon, it is evident that Wolf is no match for the combined might of the xenomorphs. The Predator, in a daring and reckless move, removed all his gear and Gaul helmet, then once again pursued Scar Predalien, ripping out his inner jaw and stabbing his head with his wrist blades. However, the Predalien thrust its tail at him, leading to a standoff between the two great monsters. However, the US government sent a Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor loaded with nuclear bombs, and this was the end of Wolf and Scar Predalien. Bull was Yautja, who was on the scout ship carrying Scar's body. As we already know, Scar was impregnated with chest explosives, and when the monstrous figure appeared as Predalien, he killed Bull along with the rest of Yautja's crew. Bull was busy observing holographic images from another planet. Hearing the screams of his brethren upon reaching the scene, he witnessed the Predalien and its massacre. He activated the Xenovision in his helmet and attempted to kill the Predalien with a plasmacaster, but missed its target, and the resulting explosion blew a hole in the ship, sending it crashing to Earth in Gunnison, Colorado. He also witnessed facehuggers on the scout ship and was fast enough to send a distress signal. However, the Predalien bit off the Bull's head. The distress signal was later intercepted by Wolf, who came to Earth to stop the Predalien and the xenomorph infestation. A fugitive predator. A fugitive predator is a rogue predator who wants to provide humans with a weapon called the Yautja Killer in their fight against the Master Hunters. He is a hybrid between a human and a Yautja and was captured as part of Project Stargazer. After being captured, Quinn McKenna stole most of his technology. He managed to escape and then went on to hunt for the missing pieces of his technology. The fugitive predator's spaceship was attacked by a predator mothership. To escape, he opened a wormhole, which was transported into Earth's orbit and crashed in the Mexican jungle. The entire episode takes place near Quinn McKenna and her team. McKenna was sent to Mexico to handle a hostage situation. However, when she discovered this otherworldly accident, she took the Yautja wrist gauntlets and biohelmet. The predator then appeared in the trees, but remained largely unseen due to its cloak. The fugitive then killed one of McKenna's team members, but McKenna unknowingly shot the fugitive with his own gauntlets, knocking him out. Interestingly, the cloaking device was also in the wrist gauntlets. McKenna had the device shipped to her home in the US for me. You set it to this address, where her son, Rory, found the package. Meanwhile, the fugitive predator was taken hostage and experimented on, and the results revealed it had human DNA. This specimen had human DNA. However, the ship that attacked his ship arrived on Earth and carried a deadly predator called the Enhanced Predator. When the fugitive regained consciousness, he managed to escape his captors and killed many scientists and military personnel before finding his way to the weapons depot. Interestingly, the fugitive knew how to use human weaponry, a very rare trait among predators. He eventually managed to reach Rory's school and trap the boy and his father. However, there he encountered the Enhanced Predator, his arch-nemesis. It was later revealed that the fugitive predator was on Earth to help humanity defend itself from an invasion by an evil predator faction. While studying his escape pod, a piece of technology emerged from it and attached itself to a nearby individual. The technology completely encased him in Yautja weaponry and armor. Enhanced Predator, Ultimate Predator. As discussed earlier, the Enhanced Predator, or Killer Predator, is the fugitive predator's arch-nemesis. He is the result of massive hybridization. His DNA was created by splicing the DNA of various creatures from different worlds, while his base DNA is that of a predator. This gives him enhanced strength and abilities. He is faster, taller, and stronger than the average predator. He can alter his body's biomass to create external armor, possibly a trait he inherited from other worlds. He also doesn't need a biohelmet for his thermal vision, implying he has implants or is naturally capable of such feats. His bulletproof exoskeleton has the potential to deflect incoming bullets from multiple directions and can even destroy wrist blades. He can also communicate in English with humans. He was sent to Earth to kill a fugitive predator and succeeded in his mission when he crushed the fugitive's head with a single blow before ripping its head and spine from its body. A terrifying thing, Rampaging is a young Yautja. He was the youngest to achieve Youngblood status and then Blood status. He was a prodigal son and achieved the highest kill count, which helped him rise early in the Yautja ranks and eventually become clan leader. However, He later left his clan to form his own clan to oppose the forest hunters. The Berserker tribe includes other super predators such as Falconer and Tracker. He began a new hunt on a nature reserve planet, an area where predators kidnap individuals of various species and hunt them for pleasure. Berserker uses several tactics to obtain his prey. For example, he used an injured man as bait to lure his friends to help him. However, the men and women realized it was a trap and shot him with a sniper rifle. While he continued to speak, Berserker then used his plasma caster to destroy a man's M134 minigun. In one scene, several grenades exploded, sending Berserker flying but not harming him. Furthermore, firing bullets from a sniper rifle seemed to only anger him. Naturally, no force could harm this massive monster. So, one of the humans, Royce, ignited a circle of fire to bypass Berserker's heat vision. Royce then took this opportunity to stab Berserker several times with his axe, ultimately decapitating the Super Predator, also known as Mr. Black or Super Black Falconer. He was a young super predator with an incredible love and talent for technology and engineering. It was clear that all predators used gadgets, but theirs were somewhat tribal in appearance, such as spears and clubs. On the other hand, Falconer didn't believe in this seemingly ancient technology. Instead, he created a falcon-like device that could track his prey from the air. He created a new style of hunting. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. Thank you all.